Hi, Val Senyo here with Royal LePage Gateway Realty. I'm here with Martin from Buyer's Choice. Good morning, thank you for coming.
Good morning, Val. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I wanted to ask Martin a question about pre-home inspections. Why do you think they're important for sellers to get, and what type of home should we get them in?
Okay. Yeah, the pre-home inspection is becoming a lot more popular with sellers who want to ensure that their house sells on a timely basis and that they get the true value for the home. We generally recommend a pre-inspection on anything over 25 years old, because those are the homes that when we go in and do an inspection, we find things that the homeowner doesn't really know about yet, that can come up at the last minute on the sale of the property, which becomes uncomfortable for everybody, and then the negotiations start, and we find oftentimes the seller ends up reducing their price more than they necessarily need to sell the home. So with a pre-inspection, we can go in on those older homes, identify the issues, maybe fix some of the smaller things, and really let the buyer know when they come exactly what they're buying, so there's no last minute
Surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, great idea, especially for the older homes.
We also find that with the older homes, sometimes the buyers, even though they know they're buying in an older area, everybody wants to buy an older home that's just like brand new. So they're not sure when they walk into a house, is this one, what condition is this in? Do I want to even get a home inspection on it? And they may come and go to a different home, even though that might be the perfect house for them.
Right.
Or if we give them the pre-inspection report, they walk around, oh, okay, so here's the condition of the home. It makes the buyer a lot more comfortable with the process, which makes the house sell a lot quicker.
Correct, and they know up front what's wrong and if it's just minor things or something major, right?
Yeah, and if they're the type of person that doesn't want to do anything to the home, and there are things still left to do to that home, then they can move on to a different house without dragging out the process of getting an inspection, putting an offer in that doesn't close, which really drags it on for everybody involved.
Right, and for the seller too, it takes their home off the market for a couple weeks by the time they get their financing done and the inspection, and then if problems come up with the inspection and it doesn't go through, then it's off the market for 2 weeks and we're kind of starting all over again.
Right, and then they have to disclose that, because now they know it. When the next buyer comes, and it really takes that listing, gives that listing a bit of a hit.
Correct.
So if we can deal with all that stuff up front, and we always know on the 25-year-old plus homes that these are the things we're gonna run into, so why not just deal with it up front? It just makes it smoother for everybody.
Correct. Awesome, that's good to know. Okay, about home inspections in general, why should buyers be getting a home inspection, and what type of things does your company do that is beneficial for them?
Yeah, so, with Buyer's Choice, we use 3 words: assist, comfort, and protect, right? So we assist the agents and the buyers and sellers on putting the deal together while comforting and protecting all parties involved. So with the inspection, the buyer knows for sure what they're getting. If there's, maintenance items on the home, which there's going to be, whether it's a brand new home or if it's an older home, there's going to be some things. So they'll know up front, I'm gonna pay this much for this house, and here are the things I need to look for, not just the immediate things that you need to fix, but maintenance items too. Cut off the trees that are rubbing the asphalt off the shingles, put the downspouts down to get the water away from the house, things that will, maintain the value of that home long term. Because homes are not cheap, and so if they're gonna buy the home, it's not just the things that need to be fixed now, but maintenance items long term, so they can maintain the value of that home.
And probably things they don't think of every day, that when you're in a home for a longer period of time, you kind of forget those little maintenance things that keep your home updated.
I have some in my house now that should be done this spring. I've got my list. But yes, every home has them, right?
For sure.
And the one thing about a Buyer's Choice, because we are a national company, we have national standards for training. So in the province of Alberta specifically, there's licensing requirements, and the training for licensing is only 200 hours, which we don't believe is really enough for an inspector. We do over 400 hours of technical training, then we do field training, and then we do ongoing training. We also provide thermal imaging for all of our inspectors, so we do thermal imaging at no charge, which can find some of the things that you can't just see that are in behind the walls, or if somebody tried to cover something up before they sold their house, we can see
Yeah.
it. So, you know, when a potential buyer hires a buyer's choice, they know for sure that they're getting somebody that's highly trained with not just skills, but with tools that can really do a good job for them and give them a real good look at that home.
Perfect, sounds good. Any last minute tips or?
Well, I think whether you're buying or selling, you know, obviously your realtor is the person that's going to help you, give you advice on the area of the home, and, you know, have that conversation with them about threshold of repairs when you're out looking. And when you're selling, you know, maybe think about, should we pre-inspect this home? It's a little bit of an investment up front, but we've saved people tens of thousands of dollars for a $500 investment over and over again.
Perfect.
So work with your realtor. They're the ones that know. It's great that Val's had me out today, because the realtor's always learning as well, and just a great opportunity to get into the right home.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming out, Martin.
All right.
And
thanks for having me.
it was very good information to know.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.